Amazing, yeah. Really, really great feeling. The relief, obviously the joy. But I was just saying earlier, what would have made it better if the shed were there? I thought it would have been the feeling of sharing it with them and the atmosphere after that. You know, it was after like when we beat Finn Harps down that end, and it was amazing. So that would be the only thing that would take away from it. But it's a great feeling. It was tough. It was hard fought, but we'll take it anyway at the moment.
Yeah. Do you think you were a better side over the?
I felt the first half we probably shaded it. I felt we looked probably comfortable. Second half, up until the sending half, I thought it was pretty even. Obviously, once we had a man sent off, they had a lot of pressure on us. And then I think in extra time, I thought we probably absorbed the pressure quite well, looked quite dangerous on the break, and obviously got the goal in the end. So pretty even game, I would say.
Were you thinking, here we go again, like no goals even after extra time?
Yeah, of course I was. Yeah, 120 minutes without one you are thinking that, but a goal's a goal whether you score it in the first minute or the last minute. A goal's a goal, and I've been banging on for however long that if you score a goal, then most of the time you're going to win the game 1-0. So we'll take it. If we scored it in the first or last minute, we don't care.
Do you think at times though tonight you played like a team that were bottom of the Premier Division?
I felt that probably there were times when we didn't play well, but I've watched every game on the LOI streaming service, and I think most teams have had bad periods of games as well, and most teams have had probably not in their full stride yet. We have had 4 months off, and we have only played 3 games. So I would think it would take a lot of time for most teams to hit their stride. If you can see Dundalk are obviously struggling since they come back. Pats have struggled a little bit, so we're not the only ones.
You have a huge game now, of course. We take positive. So that tonight going
we always take the positives. We're always looking at positives. There's no point in keep harping on the negatives of stuff. We take the positives. We're moving on. We've kept 2 clean sheets in a row. We're in the next round of the cup. We've won tonight. We've got more players coming back on Friday. We got a point away from home last week, so it's positive. We can look at the downside of it, but tonight I don't think it's that time.
Neale, I'd imagine that dressing room is buzzing now inside. What's that going to do for confidence and morale going forward?
It is buzzing, but it's a little bit of relief as well. A little bit of there's a little bit of relief that they got the job done. But yeah, the confidence will be higher. But like I said before, we have to keep the players confident. We have to keep them keep the confidence up, because that's what you'll play better when you're confident. So the only way you can do that most of the time is by winning games and playing well. And we've won the game tonight, and we'll if that doesn't breed confidence, then I don't know what will.
It must have been a big disappointment here at half time that Cian Bardry had to go off, because he was one of the brighter players in the first half.
Yeah, it seems to be the case at the moment. When someone's doing well for us, they pick up an injury. But no, it's part and parcel. Again, it's when we're not the only team that would have this, but when you've had such a long break and then you play a games in a certain amount of time, and I know Bagsy didn't play at the weekend, but it's probably his first start or his first game for a while, and it just takes its toll every now and again on certain players. So yeah, it was a blow. I thought he was doing quite well, but Charlie Fleming came on and set up the goal, and obviously we mixed it up a little bit during the game. But yeah, I thought that Bagsy was doing well, but it's another one on the injury list. Yeah.
And who do you expect to have back for Friday?
We'll have Scott Fennick and Kit Elliott available. Deshaun will be back from suspension, so that gives us 3 attacking options straight away. And we're hoping that the lads that were out with niggles tonight possibly could pull through, but we're not sure yet.
So Garrod could be in the frame, do you think? Or
Garrod possibly. Corey Galvin probably is very much a 50-50.
And obviously Scott and Kit will be in the picture, and you brought them in to give yourself attacking options, but obviously as well it was laying down a challenge to the attacking guys who were there, so obviously you're delighted that Ricardo has kind of responded to that. Yeah,
exactly. When what we say to players is, any time you get a chance to play in the first team, stay there, because you never know when you're going to get your next chance. So he came in today, he did fantastically well, scores a goal in the last minute, so he's definitely put himself in the picture for the next game.
You went with the 3-4-2-1 again. Is that something that you're kind of leaning towards now, or was it again just a case of available bodies tonight?
It was a little. We tried to pick players, or tried to pick a system tonight and at the weekend that would suit the players we had available more than just sticking to a system. So we tried it. It was okay at times. I felt that maybe a players playing in the 10s weren't getting on the ball enough. But then obviously when you get a man sent off, that goes out the window, and you play 4-4-1 and you sit in.
And Scott and Kit are both centre forwards. Are they 2 guys who can play together, do you think, or would it be a case of either or?
I think so, but it's just a good it's great to have a choice.
Yeah.
You know, so far for the past, since we've been back, we haven't really had a choice. So it's good to have a choice. If we decide to do it, we will. If we don't decide to do it, then we won't. It's just great to have a headache of making decisions of who to play.
It's not even mine. Sorry.
What was it like for you to play in the sideline across from Darragh Doyle? You worked for that Longford, managing against your old club, because it did sound quite feisty in the sidelines tonight.
Yeah, we always want to win, so it was he's appealing for stuff, we're appealing for stuff. It wasn't any different, to be honest. I think that we're both professional, been involved in professional football for however many years, 20 years. So you learn that, you know, people are your friends, but also you're competing against them. So there's no problem there. So no, it was okay. We'll be fine. There was no trouble or anything. We'll be fine.
What kind of a game are you expecting on Friday? Like Sligo have had a very good restart and they've had good recruitment.
Yeah, I'm expecting to be a tough game. Good. Again, Sligo can mix it up quite well with the way they play. They're hard to predict how they're going to go and how they'll play. But the last few weeks we've been focusing on ourselves and trying not to worry too much about the opposition, and I think we'll continue to do that this week.